Hey everybody, it's Chris Demetrick here from It's the Dems World, and it's getting to that time of the year in which I'm going to start making some gifts for the family members. I do have one family member who is a jewelry maker and does a lot of beading. She's actually pretty decent at it and makes a nice little side income with it. But one of the things she uses is a beading loom. The loom designed to make the wider beading, and if you do jewelry making, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But I thought I would make her a secondary one that's more specialized and maybe put her name on it so I could make it a little fancier. So for those that do beading, you might be interested in this. It's going to start with me going to the computer, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and print out her name and that I can kind of cut out as a scroll saw in the loom to kind of, make it personalized for her. So let me just go ahead and print that out. We'll go downstairs and we'll go ahead and get some wood going and make this project for somebody that I think will appreciate it. Pretty simple. All right, let's head down. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I got a little thin piece of cherry here, and I think what I'll do is I'll use this to scroll saw the name into it, and then from there I can mount this to the base unit. But this is going to be our first step, and let's get going. Now once I mounted it to the wood, I was able to drill some pilot holes to get going, and let's scroll saw out her name. I try to use a pattern in which it could all be done with one cut. So all right, let's cut that out and then we'll start the construction. So this is how the plaque came out, and now I'm just gonna simply, there you go, and now that's the base. Now we're gonna go ahead and build the actual loom, but I wanted to get this part done first. So what I'll do here is, before I mount it, it'll be easier to finish this, and I'm just gonna use just a little boiled linseed oil here to get in all the cracks and crevices. To be honest, I find that if I just take a rubber glove and kind of work it into the wood, it works pretty well. Okay, so I've got the placard all ready to go. I found a piece of, it's sort of a spalted pine that came off of a pallet. I thought it had an interesting look, and when I finish it, it should look pretty cool. And basically the idea is I'm going to put this here. I'm going to go ahead and put this on like this, and then we're going to put these eyelets on here. The eyelets will go here, and I've got some threaded rod, and we're going to put it in between so that we can run the strings across there. Again, I don't do jewelry, but I do see these online and I see what they need to make them. But as soon as I lay it out like this, the first thing I notice is that it seems kind of boxy and blocky, so I think I'll round over the edges and maybe even put a gentle curve in there just to make it look a little more interesting instead of so utilitarian. I want to make it to look fancy, so I think the first thing I'll do is I'll cut the corners off and maybe round over the edges a little bit. So now that I've got this trimmed down a little bit, I think that looks good. And these are where the eyelets are going to sit, and then these will be attached to this, and the bar will run through. Now what we need to do is I think I'm going to put these in first prior to me attaching it to the main board. So now we just got to pre-drill out a couple holes. Okay, so these will now be mounted to this section, but I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to finish this first before I do that. So now let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to mount that and then finish it with the spray lacquer. I'm sure you can use wood glue or to shoot it in or put a screw in there, but I'm a cyanic acrylate kind of guy. I like to use the CA glue a lot. So I'll hit this with a nice little bead of CA glue, which will now be stronger than even the wood would be. Hit it with a little accelerator. Put it into place. Alright, now that it's all dried up, the lacquer on there, what I need to do is two things. I'm going to string the thread rod in here so that you can run the beads across it. But before I do that, I was thinking of putting a rubber pad of some sort on the bottom. So what I ended up getting is, at the craft store, they make this foam material. It's almost like a felt, but it's a rubbery foam. So I'm going to just set that down on there, and then I will, gives us what we need there. That looks perfect. Alright, so I'm going to cut that to the inside of the into the inside of the line here. Alright, so that looks like it's going to fit over there pretty well, and then I can just sand off the edges. So let's hit that with a little spray adhesive. I got myself a little 3M spray adhesive, and let's just give it a quick, get all the other stuff out of the way here. Give it a moment to let it set up. Leave it right where it is so you don't get the stickiness on the other side. Then I'm going to set that over there as best I can here. Alright, we got just the last couple steps to do. First thing I'm going to do is I would like to put in a hook like this at each side so the string has something to hold on to. And I have, if you can see it there, the hook part down so you can attach your strings to it. Let's do the other side here. Okay, now we've got the hooks there on each side there. Now we're going to put in threaded parts. Alright, I think we're all set. We got ourselves a beading loom. Again, there was some threaded rod and some bolts here that I used. Did a little scroll saw work there to personalize it a little bit. I think it's going to make a nice gift. Go around, and there we go. One holiday Christmas gift done and ready to go. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe it'll inspire you to make a gift for someone who likes to make jewelry. And you can be a beader of sorts, and hopefully you get really good at it. And if you become a phenomenal beater with this wonderful beading loom, someday you too will be a master beater. Wait a minute, what did I just say? Alright, cut. Have a great day. Thanks for watching the video. This is Chris Demetrick from the Dems World, and subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day. Master Beater.